Yo, what's up, dudes? It's your boy, Scotty Smooth, man. In this video, we have a solo and a duo win for you guys. We are going to be breaking down our own gameplay. It's pre-recorded, hands-free. We're also rocking an absolute meta loadout, the MTZ 556 and the Striker 9. I will have the builds at the end of the video, man. But my goal for this video is to hopefully help you guys out, give you guys some tips, breaking down a solo and a duo win. And honestly, I'm not the best player out there, okay? I'm not the sweatiest player out there by any means. We're pushing a 3 KD, so we still have some work to do. However, hopefully you guys learn a little bit in this video and I can give you guys some tips. So tip number 1. I always say land the same spot or the same couple spots every time because you're going to get comfortable. You're going to get familiar with the area. And if you guys watch our streams, which we stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday night, over on Kick, go follow us, man. You guys are going to know we land Chem almost every freaking game, man. And that's gotten us to be very comfortable with Chem, very comfortable with the building, with the area. So we find a precision, we throw it over there, end up getting a squad wipe to start, so we're off to a great start, man. Now, you guys got to remember, we are in duos. This guy, we knock him, but, of course, his partner, his duo teammate is right there. And something with this Warzone that I've never seen before is the amount of stacking, right? The stacking in this game, for some reason, it is insane, right? Yeah, you're not fighting one player unless you're going into solos, more likely than not. So as I'm getting into these fights, as I'm getting into these engagements, I'm going to kind of break down how I approach multiple enemies at a time. And yes, throughout this gameplay, we do die a few times, which you're playing solo into duos. And if you aren't a freaking absolute insane 5KD player, which you might be, you're going to die a good amount. And really, it's repositioning, regaining, and I don't know what this guy's listening to. Holy shit. But it's really fucking with us right now, man. But anyway, so it's really the approach. And right here, I die yet again. As I mentioned, you guys are going to die a couple times here and there. And my kind of big, I guess, focus when it comes to fighting multiple enemies at once is making it a fair fight, okay? Making it a fair fight for you and trying to get in those one-on-one engagements. And you guys saw there, we did take out the first one, but we did have only one plate, so it was not a fair fight for us. The guy was fully plated that we fought. If we had full plates, we would have gotten that because we got him down to pretty much a one-shot at that point. But, of course, they got the kill because it wasn't a fair fight. They had more plates than us. So that's going to be, like, the main topic. I'm going to say that, like, 30 freaking times. And we're going back in this area where this dude just fucking blaring Metallica in his headphones, in his headset, his mic. This guy's flying and we take him out. We're just, like, so disoriented because this idiot's freaking music, man. It's crazy. But anyway, we are back in kind of the regain phase. And as I'm playing, man, I'm always looking at a lot of things, really, but ultimately, if I have my plates pulled in, that's a big thing I see when I'm spectating. A lot of people don't do is they don't plate up, man. Make sure you're fully plated again because you want to make sure that the fights when you are getting in these engagements are fair, all right? They are even. Reload, make sure you're ready to rock, so when you do come across those enemies, you're ready to go. So anyway, we are in kind of the regain phase. We did get a kill right there, but our ultimate goal is to get a loadout. Obviously, with solos, if you don't know, loadout is 7,500. So we're trying to find 7,500 to get our loadout. And if we can't get our loadout, then it will drop towards the end of the first circle. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have enough for loadout, that's fine. If you have good guns, that's fine as well. Wait for the end of the first circle. That's fine. Buy UAVs and stuff. But we got guys flying everywhere, man. We're just caught in a fucking bad spot at this point. We take out this dude because he was a one-shot. And again, you know, we're in duos. So they take us out there. When it comes to those engagements, man, I, again, want to try to take out that first person as quick as possible. And for me, something that I need to work on is just getting the hell out of dodge, man. Don't ego chow, man. That kills me more than anything. You guys notice we have the loadout drop now. But my first, I guess, play is I'm not going to go get the loadout because, one, there's going to be multiple loadouts. You're not fighting one enemy. You're fighting two at the very least. Depending, it could be multiple teams. So we end up waiting. We're going to loot up, and then we're going to go get our loadout. So if you know loadout's clear, go for it. If not, which I didn't know, then don't go for it. Right here, I do want to break this down a little bit because, again, this kind of goes with the topic that I've been saying this whole freaking video, man. Making the fights fair, right? You want to make sure that you're in a fair fight. Right now, obviously, the stacking is insane. They're literally back-to-back on each other, and that will bite a team in the ass. You guys are going to see later in the gameplay, but we crack this enemy, and obviously you could see we're cracked as well. However, that second enemy has full plates. At this point, it is not a fair fight. we're probably going to lose 9 times out of 10 unless, one, they run out of bullets or they absolutely suck. So instead of re-challenging that, we're going to just get out of there, man. I'm in no rush to push this. I'm going to try to attack it from an angle that they might not know I'm coming from. So we're going to take the ladder up here. There's a team right there. There's a guy on the freaking roof, man. We are surrounded. So we're going to run inside. There's the team that we just fought. They're still inside. So bolt out of there, man. Get out as quick as possible, because at that point, man, we are going to be absolutely toast, myrtleated, shredded, whatever you want to call it, and we're not going to win that fight, man. And again, like, this lobby in itself is not one of those lobbies that you see these dudes dropping 40, 50, 60 bombs on, man. These guys are actually shooting back, and they're beaming, bro. Not only are they stacking, but these are actually some pretty solid players, bro. So anyway, we are getting our shit ready to go, man. We still need to get loadout. We have a mortar, so the loadout is obviously next priority, but as I mentioned, man, it's going to be hot. There's going to be a lot of people there, and unless you want to kind of keep dying, keep going back for your loadout, keep dying and getting that whole thing, I would wait to make sure that your area is safe, that no one's watching the loadout, and then go get it. So right here, I do want to share this, man. When you're fighting more than one enemy, try to get as much of one-on-ones as possible. So you guys saw right there, we had a one-on-one opportunity. We took that dude out, but as I mentioned again, 10th time, it's not a fair fight, because this dude has got me down pretty much 2.5 plates, a little bit less than that. But when I go up there to fight the other teammate, I would be at a disadvantage, because that other teammate more likely has 3 full plates, and I only have 2.5 plates. And this actually saves my ass. So I go down, replay, and then I re-engage, and we end up taking this guy out. You could see that he had us pretty low, half health. Had I not played it up fully, I probably would have been dead right there. So we take him out, and we take out the teammate to get the team wipe. Now, one thing with controller particularly, this is another thing that you could see that these higher level players do, is they're not just using their right stick to aim. They're using the left stick to rotate so that aim assist really pulls. So you can see this guy's strafing. Not only does the aim assist help with strafing, but also it makes him fucking hard as hell to hit, or harder to hit. So you can see I'm kind of like trying to go with him, end up getting the kill, and also using that little ledge by the stairs as just some protection for a little bit of a head glitch, probably nothing too crazy. But again, strafing while shooting, your aim assist is going to be absolutely nuts. If you don't believe me, go into the shooting range, the firing range, and watch the bots move. Don't touch the left stick, and then when the bots move again, move the left stick. You guys are gonna see that your gun's gonna slowly kind of follow that guy. So not only are you using the right stick, also use the left as well. It's gonna help with the aim assist. So now we're at a good spot, man. We are getting our loadout, of course, as that's the main goal. We do smoke the loadout because, again, you don't know if there's snipers everywhere. You don't know if there's people just camping the loadout. You really don't know. So we take our I guess, safety route with it, throw down a smoke. This guy absolutely melts me. And again, as I mentioned, we are not in these fucking lobbies. I'm starting to get pissed off, and I'm sorry. We're not in these lobbies where these dudes are dropping 40, 50, 60 bombs, man. We're in lobbies where dudes are head glitching, giving you a fucking eyebrow to hit, and absolutely beaming you. So in this case, let's reset. Let's get the hell out of Dodge. Let's reset. Let's approach from a different angle. This guy, if he was watching, he's going to be keeping his eye on that window, but we end up repositioning, resetting. Also, the guy's up the stairs. He's going up there. We're not going to follow him all the way up the stairs because he's going to be more than likely waiting for us at the top of the stairs. So had I pushed this guy exactly where he's going, he's probably waiting up there, and he's going to torch me. So we're going to try to approach this from a different angle. I do end up dying here. I think this is my last time I die, I promise. We take his teammate out, and something that I really screw up here is this right here. And yes, we all do it. However, if I'd listened to myself, literally what I've been saying this whole freaking game, you could see this is not a fair fight. I have no plates. I'm down to half health. Now it's a 1v1 with someone probably with full plates, and we end up getting taken out, man. If I had smoked, repositioned, got the hell out of there, it would have been a different story. So now we're back in the regain game, as I say. Of course, we got to make sure that we're restocking up. We're from square one. We're back to scratch. And again, I promise, I think that was the last time I died this playthrough. But now we basically need to get our shit together. We need to try to get our loadout back. We did have enough money to land back with enough for loadout. But one thing, if you guys have these nice old fancy headphones, you'll notice right there, you heard. We actually got some footsteps. We don't know exactly where they're at, but My guess is they're either around the corner or they are up above. Who knows, man? The directional audio is fucking horrendous in this game. So instead of hitting the buy, we're actually going to run inside because had I bought something, you could see, of course, there he is. Had I bought something right there, had I bought my loadout, I would have been absolutely smacked. These are actually the two guys that I just died to, which is kind of ironic how stacking actually works against their favor and in my favor. But if I had bought a loadout or bought anything, I would have been smoked. So we take this first guy out, and then his second teammate jumps. Now, at this point, this is where you pretty much need to just fucking end on your shield, man. You got to fight for it because if you run away, you're dead. You got to try to fight through it and try to get that knock, man. So right here, I just hit my shots on that second guy, literally down to a one tap, and we take them both out, you know, hit them with a little bit of a teabag, you know, nothing too crazy, right? Because we have better things to do. We haven't won the game yet, but, you know, let them know, like, I got you, suckers. Don't fucking stack, you know, because it could bite you in the ass like it did right there. Now, with our loadout, I highly recommend these perks no matter what game mode you're in. You could kind of get away with quick fix in solos, but solos is such a third-party heavy game mode that quick fix is going to help you out, man. So we have double time, Mountaineer, which is going to help land, of course, landing from buildings. Like, it's going to help your movement, even jumping off buildings and following someone or trying to get out, trying to escape. Mountaineer. We have quick fix, obviously, is a big necessity, and high alert. Those are the 4 perks we are running. You could switch double time out for sleight of hand. I've seen some players use sleight of hand and prefer that. Of course, getting you faster weapon swap speed and also reload speed. So if you think that your reloads are really screwing you, throw on that instead of double time. That's fine, but I do recommend Mountaineer, quick fix, and high alert at the very least. So now that we have our perks, we have a durable mask, we've got our UAVs, we're ready to rock, man. So when we are pushing teams, right, we're going to try to get in fights. Obviously, that's going to get you better at the game, but we're trying not to push in the middle of a fight, okay? I'm getting a little bit better at this, and I'm trying to work on this. But for me, usually it's go. Go, 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 go. Just, you hear bullets, go right in. Instead of thinking where the bullets are coming from, who they're shooting at, and instead of running right in the middle, you want to fight outside in versus inside out. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but you fucking get it, right? You don't want to go outside. You don't want to go inside out. You want to go outside in. We see a guy right there. We take him out, and then, of course, quick fix gives us any extra health needed, which we did not need, and we're here for the second guy. So this one is actually something I want to quickly break down because it ties back to everything that I've been saying this whole fucking game. So right now, we drop this guy, but we are unscathed. We are not touched. We have full plates. This right here, this guy, this is a fair fight, man. It's a fair 1v1. They're probably fully plated. We're fully plated. We have our loadouts, we're ready to rock, and we end up taking this dude out pretty easily. Again, MTZ556 absolutely smacks. You guys want to go check that out at the end of the video, go check it out. And these dudes are like, man, this whole gameplay, I feel like, was just a non-stop fucking audio fest. People yelling, or whatever. But anyway, we got our UAV up. There are people right below us. So we take one out, we take the second one out here. But one thing that's going to save you is this high alert. It saved my ass. Had I turned around and finished the dude on the ground, I probably would have been screwed. Maybe getting looked at from prison roof. I don't know where I'm getting looked at, but that allows me to know that there's someone behind me, so I need to get in a better position and probably get out of dodge. But we do get the finish on the guy up here, so take him out, and then we're going back, and now we have a team behind us. So now what? What do we do? Do we challenge that? Do we jump around the corner and start firing? Or do we throw a smoke that I did and get the hell out of dodge, replate, reposition, because it is not a fair fight? Again, I have less than 1 plate, and I'm guessing there's going to be 2 players. If it's 1, I'm still going to get out, re-engage, replate, and shit. But at this point, we're smoking, and we're just going to get out of there, man, and we're going to replate. Now, in a part where you do need to ego challenge, or I don't even want to say ego challenge, but be aggressive, is in this play coming up right here. You could see, of course, there's a guy right behind me. We saw him up top as we were running up the stairs. But what this guy does is he smokes me, man. Literally a split second. I want to count how long was that. I don't know how many seconds. So we have, I mean, I don't know, decimals of the second. So he starts shooting me at 25:13. You guys can see down here in the bottom left. And then by 25:14, I am down to pretty much a 2-shot. So you know how quick that TTK is. Insane. So now what do? Do we either run, turn around, get the hell out? We have a smoke. However, if we run, we're not in a spot where we could get out. I mean, we probably could maybe use some movement to get out of there. But what I decided to do in this case, because we have a really good chance of taking off, getting shot from behind, and getting downed, is I re-challenge this. I know the Striker 9 is absolutely insane if you guys are using the HMR9. Another one, really good. But we challenge this guy, we take him out, and now we get the hell out of Dodge because this guy's not aggroed on us, he's not on our ass, and we are able to get the kill there. So when it comes to this, the reason why we're able to get him down, and really what I'm trying to time, it's all about timing when you're getting into these engagements or kind of these quick turnaround, try to snap on the enemy. As you can see, he's an attack sprint, which 90% of the players are going to be an attack sprint at that point. So he's attack sprinting to me. It takes him a lot longer from him to go from here to here than it is for me to go from here to here. All right? Think about that. He's attack sprinting, his gun's up here, and it takes him a lot longer to go from here down than it is for me to go down up. We know that TTK is insane. We go ahead, we re-challenge at, and we break him before he can even get a freaking shot off, man. Take him out. We have, of course, our quick fix, which is going to heal us up really quick, but you saw we were getting shot from the left. That allows us just to have a little bit full, or to have our health back up to full and get out of there because we don't know where the enemy's at, and it's just a good time to reset and re-engage because we don't want to get smoked or third-partied. So there are guys down in the showers. Obviously, we see like at least 2 teams fighting. So same thing, man. We're gonna peek it a little bit, and we're fucking listening to the goddamn opera over here, man. We see that guy. We take him out with a Striker 9. We got all the audio going around, man. We got all the gunfights, all the firing going on, all the distractions. So my goal is to get the hell out, man. We can't hear footsteps. We can't hear shit besides this idiot screaming into his mic, bro. So we end up getting that kill. But kind of where my mind always goes to is try to get to the high ground. And I know that could screw you in some situations, but for me, my main goal is just to get out of there, reposition, and of course, kind of go from there with it. If we're hearing people on the roof, we'll go push roof, we'll check it out. If we hear gunfights from the outside, whatever. But now that we have our last circle, or I guess not our last circle, but now that we have our circle pull here, we know that we need to get ourselves in a good position. So kind of in that lull period, I'm trying to get to the high ground, but I'm still listening to see if I hear footsteps, if there's any gunfights, whatever it might be. But now that we actually have something to kind of work off of, example, this circle, we can start to pre-rotate, get ourselves in a better position so when end game comes, we can take these dudes out and get the win. So we're going to start to pre-rotate a little bit, man. And the reason why is, you know, when it comes to this, bro, I don't mind running and playing up against the gas. I know a lot of times I'll say, like, don't play against the gas, don't play against the gas. But what this does is this shows that there's no one behind me. So really the only 2 angles I got to worry about is Harbor down here and, of course, Prison up towards the top. No one's going to be behind me at Chem. They're in the gas. So we can kind of approach it more this way, right? Instead of 360 right here. This is what I'm looking for because I'm trying to see where enemies are at. I don't really know where they're at. So we gotta use that to try to figure it out. But we also bought ourselves a UAV. It's another thing, of course. We got our UAV in because obviously, end game especially, you need to know where these players are at. The whole game, you need to know where they're at, okay? But end game, if you've made it this far, more particularly. So, if you guys know, just a little bit of a, I don't want to say IQ, but a little bit of, I guess, I don't know. I remembered of using the smoke, of course, at the buy station. We don't know where anyone's at. We could be getting looked from anywhere. I picked up the smoke. I saw the smoke laying on the ground here, so we picked it up to fill ourselves back up with 2 smokes. Right there. That way, if we do need that extra smoke, we have it just in case. You can never be too careful. We have our durable gas mask. Remember that. And now we are in a pretty good position. We're in the circle, and we see that we have our UAV showing that we have a team right here, and we have a guy up at Prison. So we're not pushing the fight. Yeah, we're playing it safe. We're playing for the win at this point. There's only 3 other teams, 5 other players left. There's a guy right here, and again, as I mentioned, we're not in these 40, 50 bomb lobbies that these players are in, man. We're in lobbies where dudes are not missing their shots. This guy smacks me, so in that case, we're able to get out of dodge. And in this part right here, like, one really big thing when it comes to endgame that I'm really looking for is not only the offensive, but the defensive, okay? And what I mean by that is, let's say I get shot by this team right here. I can always go behind this wall, or I could jump down, go inside the building. If I'm getting shot from this angle, from this guy, which I was, I'm able to use the roof as cover. So I have an exit plan no matter where I'm at, unless someone, of course, sneaks behind me, gets in the building or underneath in the water, and then gets me from behind, which obviously we know is not the case because we know where everyone's at from the UAV. So I'm looking for an exit plan just in case. At this point, I know I'm not going to win this fight, so I exit out, go inside the building, and now I'm kind of just playing it by ear. I'm trying to see not only where these enemies are at, but also where the circle's at. You can see the circle's actually in our favor for once. Usually this circle pulls, you guys have watched some of the games we've been in, man. They're a real pain in the ass. But we saw a guy drop down there, so we're kind of honed in on him. He has to push to us. So this right here, MTZ 556, absolute easy kill. He jumps out the window, and I'm playing patient with it, but he's fully out. Had I shot him, you know, one little thing, had I shot him and been too aggressive on the trigger, that's what she said. I don't know why that's what she said, but she did. If I shot right here, he would have been able to, of course, get that audio or see that I'm shooting at him, and then get the hell out, maybe as a gas mask, who knows, wrap around. I don't know, but I wait till he's fully out. Now he's out, he's ready to go. Gives me not only better shots on him, but it makes it harder for him to escape and get back in the building or go up the stairs because I've already knocked him. So right now we have 2 other teams. We have 3 other players left, 4 including myself. We have a 1v1v2. And when it comes to the top 3, of course, we see a guy right here. Same guy that was shooting us earlier, but I'm not pushing anything. I'm playing it safe. When it comes to the last 2 other teams, I'm always trying to find ways to third party. Third party is king in Warzone, so I'm always trying to third party. We throw our gas mask on to play it safe because we might need to use the gas to get out of dodge. But you could see now that team took out that solo. So now it's a 1v2, me against this team that just took out the solo. So now what do? We know that there's a guy above us because we can hear him above us, but we don't know where his teammate is at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get up on the roof, take out the first guy, and when I take him out, it's going to show me on the map where that second guy is. So right here, you can actually see this guy's right here, and this is a mistake that I actually made. Instead of seeing that, I focused heavily on trying to get the full on this guy. 1, to get map knowledge to know where his teammate's at because it will show the teammate on the map. And 2, if he had self-revive, it's still a 1v2, and I had him knocked. Let's try to get the full. So we get the full there. We use a knife. We are down to half health, but of course we have quick fix. But now we know exactly where that teammate's at, not only because we just saw him on literally on the screen, but also we could see in the mini-map, once you kill an enemy, it shows their team on the map. So we do take him out, and we're going to use this little head glitch to get the full, get the finish. This guy, he could have done it a little bit differently. In my mind right now, I have a durable that's at full capacity, right? So if I need to run into the gas, I could do that, and I could stay in the gas for a while and then re-engage with my gas mask. But we pull out our MTZ, of course, make sure you have the right gun, and then you could see that we do take this guy out absolutely easily with this freaking gun, and we get the win, man. Now, something I could have done a little bit better is actually I could have played this angle, and I know it's a little bit of a critique, but I could have played this angle a little bit more tighter. You could see right here, I could have started shooting him literally in milliseconds in this game. Is very important. He could have started shooting me. If he was aiming at me and was focused right on this area, I could have been dead. Who knows? So I could have played the angle a little bit tighter, but we were able to get the kill and get the win, man. So if you guys want to see the builds, of course, they're coming up here. Stick around for that. But if you do enjoy this, if this helped you out in any way, please let me know in the comments below. Again, I'm not a 4 KD player. I'm not even a 3 yet KD player. Almost there. But we're working on that. So we have room to improve. Hopefully this helped you guys out in any way, and if it did, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, man. Sub to the channel. I appreciate it for stopping by. As always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.